Hi all, today I want to show you how you can add existing 3D objects to Aerofly. I want to show you an example of SketchUp models. There is a whole bunch of models. You can find that if you look for SketchUp 3D warehouse. So try to find an object which is of interest for you and you want to add to Aerofly. Okay, I have downloaded one example, which is a cathedral I want to add to Aerofly. This is a SketchUp file, and I open it, and you see here the SketchUp Make. This is the free version of SketchUp, and this is sufficient for our job. So we open SketchUp and this object. You can see here, this is a nice church, and that would be great to be displayed in our area. Please export that as Collada. So we go to export 3D model and select the Collada DAA. My folder is construction EDXE, my airport, and directly my AC3D directory. So let's say export, and it writes that file into the Collada format. And that's all we have to do in SketchUp. We can close that. And our next step is the program ModelconverterX. Please search in the internet for it. You will find that very easily. And I show you how to operate that program. Let's start it. And again, I select import from my D drive, DXD, and here we switch to our Collada files. Here is the cathedral. I open it up in ModelconverterX. Okay, it should be finished quite soon. Yeah, here it is. And again, you see this model here. Now we have to do some certain steps. The first one is go to the material editor. And you see here lots of different colors and textures. We have to reduce them by the draw calls. And first, predict the draw calls. Okay, you see there are 17 draw calls and we can reduce it to 13. So not very much, but we will do that anyhow. Okay, the draw calls operation has been finished and we switch to textures, and here we see the result. So please note the formats here. If they are not a power of 2, we have to resize them with this function to set them a power of 2. Another idea is to add the prefix model name to all these bitmaps. Please take into account if you do several models, they may have similar names. Let's say material 1, material 2, and you will mix up everything. So let's do that, and it will add the prefix name to our texture files. We have to select our texture folder, which is in this case on D, construction AC3D. We switch to bitmap and we save our textures. Now we have finished with the material editor, and we go to export our object. We have already the correct folder and we directly export the cathedral to AC3D file format. Okay, the process has been finished writing the cathedral AC3D file, and we can already leave that ModelconverterX. Our next step is to open AC3D. We can directly open the cathedral file, and here it is in our AC3D. Now let's do the following steps, and I always repeat them in the same order. Set palette to white color. Sometimes it may come up completely black, but it will get your texture colors as soon as you switch to white palette. Set all surfaces to single-sided surfaces, very important. And we can even optimize church by removing duplicate vertices. Okay, here it is the result, and we could remove a lot of duplicate vertices. Next step is the same direction. We optimize the surfaces. Again, this is the result of our optimization process. And the next step is to name our object, which is the F8 key. It's here under Tools, View, and with the right mouse button we can name that. Okay, we save that again, and we can also check the sizes. You may have noticed that you see that this fits very well. It may sometimes be the case that the scale factor does not fit, so you have to use the scale functions here in AC3D. Oh, by the way, do you know that you can measure distances? Switch to the vertex mode, select the vertex, let's say here, and press the Shift button and select that, and you see the distance is 90 meters between these 2 points, so we have a height of our model of 90 meters. We still have to do some checks here to see whether it fits onto the ground, and okay, here this is the baseline, that's fine, so the position at ground zero is okay, but we have to find the correct rotation angle, and you see the rotation here in the model is not exactly what we see in Google Maps. We have to add the correct rotation to that object. I don't know what the rotation is, so I use a Windows 10 utility here, which is the window ink, and it will give our lineal, and we can so easily find the angle of rotation. This is the line, okay, 37 degrees. We have to rotate that. This is 90, and now 37. This is the rotation we have here. Now take into account in our Google Maps, north direction is ups. In our AC3D and in for our Aerofly, our north direction is X. So if we have the correct rotation, we still have to add exactly 90 degrees to fit that. That's the position we need for Google Maps. And the last thing we have to do here is to move an important thing, let's say this church tower, to the center, so we can define the coordinate. Now we move that whole project, and if we don't see it very good, we may switch to wireframe. We enlarge that, and here our tower will be the center point. So that's fine now. I can switch wireframe off again, and we will save that. And as a next step, we will export this cathedral to our IPEX TGI file. So it's here on D, construction, and so on. We call that cathedral.tgi and export it. We're done here, and I will show you the very last steps in the following sequence. Please remember that all objects have to be attached to an airport TSC file. This is an airport close to that town EDXE in Germany. I open that TSC file and you see the airport information is already in there. I've done that before. And we will add an object. Here we have a ground, and we will copy that and it's a type object. The name of the object is cathedral, as I have exported the TGI file to that, and now we have to edit the coordinates. So we go to Google Maps again, and I select the center of this church tower, and we see the coordinates in here, and these are the coordinates for my cathedral. Okay, I saved that. We only have to run now our converter, and we will see our church in Aerofly. What we have to do is to edit and to run our content converter program. And it will now convert the cathedral, and now it's done. But I wanted to show you what I have in here. Scenery places EDXE, which is my airport. This is our target directory. Okay, converter run without an error. Now we will go into Aerofly and check for our result. We have started Aerofly FS2. We select our small airfield. Here it is. And we will go into the game. And as you can see, our church is at the right position in the correct rotation. In the same way we added the SketchUp file, we can also add FSX BGL files. Let's show this here and open this tower BGL, switch selection mode to BGL files, and here it is. And now you go on with the same steps as before and export this file into AC3D. Within AC3D you can add this object on top of a background image, and so you can combine your whole scenery. Let me show you what's already in that scenery. You may see here a long list of objects, and we do not export each of these objects as a single export file, but all combine them together as these EDXE OBJ files. Check my previous videos to see how to do this. In some cases you will see in Aerofly semi-transparent walls or textures, as we have here a trailer bitmap, and if I show you what happens here, it's still in 32 bit per pixel, so there is an alpha channel existing. What I can do is just to resave it again as a bitmap and replace the original. And now you see the file size reduced from 4 MB to 3 MB. While I did this video, Arno Gerritsen developed another version of ModelconverterX. Now you can directly remove the alpha layer from ModelconverterX, and you can also directly export into IPEX TGI file. So please make sure you always check for ModelconverterX latest release. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time. Bye!